So I wanted to start today, so yes, my name is Sahil Dingra. I'm so honored to be here. I wanted to start today by actually asking you guys, who likes Disney movies? Show of hands? Yeah? So my sister and I, she's actually a university student right now and she's younger. I only have one sibling. And we grew up loving Disney movies. I remember watching, Aladdin. I admit it, I like Pocahontas as well. Some really great movies. And I got to thinking, what is it about those movies that makes them so special? And it's not necessarily that the hero gets the princess or the person we want to become king becomes king. But what makes them magical is the story. And I started thinking, what if we started thinking about our lives like that? What if we started thinking about our leadership like that? What if we saw our lives and our leadership as an opportunity to celebrate our stories, share our stories, and create new stories together? So I'm so excited to be here, and today I'm going to be sharing 4 stories with you. The first one is called The Epic Story. The second one is called The Scary Story. The third one is The Legacy Story. And the last one is a story that isn't finished yet. But before I do that, I want to actually get the energy up in the room. So who's actually excited for the first ever SMC Leadership Conference? Come on, make some noise. So I'm so honored to be here. I wanted to give a big congratulations to Christina, Peter, all the staff and students that helped make this possible. This is my 7th time speaking at U of T this school year, so it's super great to come back as an alumnus and speak for students, because I was I was a student leader and I've been in your shoes. And I also wanted to start by celebrating you guys. I know what it's like to be a student leader. I know how hard it is to balance finance, work, academics, family, personal lives, and your health all at once. And on top of that, you guys are here on a Monday right before exam time. So let's actually celebrate you guys by turning to, let's say, 5 people within your vicinity and giving out some high fives and telling them you're awesome.
You're awesome.
Okay, cool. Let's bring it back. So today isn't about me. It's really about you guys. And one of the ways that I wanted to start off today was to actually set an intention. It's one of the things that I picked up in yoga class. So before we get into that, I'm not much of a morning person. So why don't you guys join me and pick your favorite stretch and just stretch it out a little bit this morning. Whatever you want to do. Across your arm, whatever you like to do, a quick little stretch, and I'll tell you a story. So the story goes that I was back in Vancouver. I did law school out in Vancouver at UBC, and my favorite yoga teacher used to tell me that, as you're doing this stretch, what if this was the last time you did this stretch? What if this was the last time you did this stretch? And it's a little bit morbid, but he was trying to get us to think about how would you savor that experience? And so as I want you to set an intention for today, I want you to actually think about how will you show up today? Why are you guys here? Why did you show up? What are you looking to learn? Who are you looking to meet? How can you give? Which 2 people can you connect? Whose day can you make? So actually think about that intention. And another thing I like to do at conferences that someone actually told me, and I want to pass that on to you, is that you're going to have a chance to hear from some speakers, hear from some great people on campus, but you also have a chance to speak with one another. And so at breaks, right before you have a break, actually set an intention. Think about a question, and not just any question. I call them groovy questions. So think about a groovy question that you're going to ask somebody. So just think about the question and say, the next person I meet, I'm going to ask this question. And to get you guys started, here's how it's going to go. Every time I say, during the course of this presentation, every time I say, it's time for another groovy question, I want you guys to actually point back at me and yell, "That's groovy!" Okay, we're gonna try it out. Ready? It's time for another groovy question.
That's groovy!
Thank you. So the first two groovy questions are, what's one of your magical moments? What's one of your magical moments? And number two, what is one of the magical moments you've created for someone else? So I want to actually give you guys a little bit of an example. A magical moment that I've had in my life, as you can tell, I love bucket lists, I love exploring the richness of life, but I also love traveling. After I graduated from undergrad, I had a chance to travel down to Brazil and South America with my best friend. And while we were down there, someone just suggested, hey, you should go to this one place in Peru, and it's called Machu Picchu. And I didn't even know what it was. I had never seen a photo. I actually didn't even see a photo before I got there, deliberately. And one of the most magical moments I've ever had in my life was doing the Inca Trail with my best friend and reaching the top of Machu Picchu. I get goosebumps talking about it because I was blown away by how stunning the architecture was. There's blocks the size of the door that make up each of these buildings. And it's on a mountaintop. So you wonder, how did this ancient civilization get it up there? That's one of my magical moments. A magical moment I've created for someone else, for my last birthday, I did a bucket list, and one of the items on the bucket, and it was hilarious. There's some hilarious things on it, like longboarding in a suit downtown to work. We went to a 4-hour sushi buffet with friends, and it went from lunch music to dinner lighting. Like, we were there for 4 hours, so it was hilarious. But one of the things I did recently, people really enjoyed those shared experiences. So one of the items on that list was, for those of you who watch How I Met Your Mother, there's a character named Barney. He loves suits, and I love suits. But he also loves to go and play laser tag. And so for my birthday party, we actually went to play laser tag in suits. And people remember that so much. They're like, oh my God, when's your next bucket list? And I already have one lined up for my next year. So I want you to actually turn to 2 people near you, maybe even get up and go to another table and ask someone what's been one of their magical moments and what's a magical moment they've created. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Go for it.